Hello there, welcome back. I am so glad to see you. I have another edge of your seat type of story for you today. One of my best. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Ambient jungle sounds fade in, the faint call of exotic birds, leaves rustle, a distant, mysterious hum. Then my voice, calm, curious, maybe a little amused. Ever heard a jungle breathe? I have. Brief pause, soundscape continues. My name's Michael Moose. I'm a northern fellow. Snowstorms, pine trees, frozen lakes, that's my comfort zone. But one summer, I did something I'd never done before. I followed a whisper. A whisper that led me straight into the heart of something ancient and alive. Background hum fades in slightly a gentle, melodic vibration. It started with a letter. Not your average kind either. This one was written on a palm leaf, tied with a red vine, and left on my doorstep in the middle of the night. No hoof prints, no scent trail. Just one cryptic line scrawled in bark ink. Where the jungle sings, the lost are found. Yeah, gave me chills too. Light drumbeat begins slow, like footsteps into the unknown. Curiosity got the better of me. I packed up my essentials field journal, compass, mosquito net, and a generous pouch of dried cranberries. And, of course, Roscoe the raccoon tagged along. He said it was for bug research. I knew better. He wasn't letting me have all the fun. Transition to thick jungle ambiance, birds, buzzing insects, rustling foliage. 5 days later, we found ourselves in the heart of the rainforest El Bosque del Eco, the jungle of echoes, a place so old it predates every map, every footprint. Locals wouldn't go near it. They said it wasn't cursed, just remembered too much. The canopy hung like a green cathedral overhead, filtering sunlight into golden threads. Trees rose like ancient pillars, their roots tangling into labyrinths below our hooves and paws. We passed orchids glowing like lanterns and beetles the size of baseballs. The air wrapped around us thick with scent earth, blossoms, mystery. Then, everything stopped. All jungle sounds fade into eerie silence. Still, utterly still. That's when I heard it. A hum. Not from around me. From inside. Roscoe glanced up. You feel that? I nodded. It's calling. Sound of footsteps pushing through underbrush. Occasional squawk of a bird. We pushed deeper, past hanging vines, across mossy stones. The hum grew louder, wrapping around us like a song without words. Then we saw it. A clearing, and in the center a towering stone, at least 20 feet high. Moss-covered, carved with swirling patterns. At its base, tiny statues of jungle animals formed a circle. They were so still, so lifelike, it felt like they were listening. Roscoe's voice was barely a whisper. What is this place? I stepped forward, placed my hoof on the stone. Soft harmonic resonance fades in a sound like a memory being unlocked. It sang, not with notes, with visions. Images danced behind my eyes of animals gathered under moonlight. Chants, ceremonies, rivers lit with starlight. The stone was a memory keeper, a living archive of the jungle's past. But then, the air shifted. A low growl in the background. Leaves rustle unnaturally. Trees twisted behind us, the way we cam gone. And then, it stepped into the clearing. A jaguar. Silver streaks in its fur, eyes like jungle fire. Guardian, I whispered. It didn't growl. It spoke. Why have you come? Answered one. Beat of silence. Roscoe's notebook drops with a thud. I came for the truth. It circled us. Its voice was deep and melodic. Truth is earned. You must walk the path of echoes. Face what lies beneath your sound. The echo stone shimmered, a tunnel opened beneath it, roots glowing, walls pulsing with flickering memories. Echoing wind rushes through, tunnel ambiance builds. I looked at Roscoe. He rolled his eyes. Why is it never just a picnic? We stepped in. The tunnel was alive. Whispers everywhere. Not in words, emotions, moments, sounds of things long past. It branched into chambers, each one different, each one a story. We passed a chamber where frogs croaked in perfect harmony, forming melodies that floated and lingered like the smell of rain. Another showed a tribe of capuchin monkeys performing a dance under a full moon, something ancient, sacred. In another, vines grew backwards, reversing time. And then history. Jungle history. Stone murals told stories of a time before memory, of a civilization ruled by creatures not just smart, but wise. Animals who understood balance, who etched their knowledge into crystal veins running under the forest floor. One such crystal was the Heartstone, a myth, supposedly, said to hum with pure truth, and this place, this jungle, protected it. Then I saw myself in a snowy forest, hesitating, afraid. Another, and Roscoe, laughing over charred cranberries. Then another. Me, alone, utterly alone. Roscoe nudged me. Michael, you okay? I couldn't answer, but I kept walking. We reached a chamber lit by bioluminescent moss. The walls pulsed with energy. And there, nestled into the rock crystal, unlike any other. It shimmered with moving light. But the second I stepped near it, sharp note, jungle ambiance intensifies. A gust of wind slammed me backwards. Out stepped another guardian, a great anaconda, its scales etched with runes. It didn't speak aloud, its voice entered my mind. You seek the Heartstone, but do you understand the cost? I asked. What is the cost? It showed me flashes, a world out of balance, knowledge hoarded, power abused. It showed me a glimpse of the future one where silence replaced song and the jungle turned gray. I lowered my head. I don't want the power. I want the truth, the memory. I want to remember the way this world breathes. Silence. Then the anaconda slithered aside. The crystal pulsed. I touched it. Light explosion, music swells, sound of wind, memory, stars. And suddenly, I saw it all. The origin of the jungle, the reason for the echoes. Each sound, each whisper was a warning and a song, a memory of what was and a guide for what could be. The jungle didn't sing because it was magical. It sang because it remembered. I gasped. The knowledge wasn't mine to keep. It was mine to share. When I opened my eyes, the chamber was gone. We were standing back outside the Echo Stone. The jaguar and anaconda stood beside each other. You may leave, the jaguar said. But now you carry us within you. Roscoe blinked. Are we? Done? For now, I said. We returned through the jungle, but everything felt different. The trees bowed slightly, the air felt lighter, the birds sang to us. And when we reached the edge, I looked back, because I'm Michael Moose, and I believe in echoes, even the ones that come from within. Ambient sounds soften, gentle wind through leaves, faint distant bird calls. As we stepped back from the Echo Stone, the jungle seemed to breathe around us. Not just with the rush of leaves or the chatter of animals, but with something older, something alive in every root, every whisper of wind. I looked down at the crystal still faintly glowing beneath my hoof, its light pulsing softly like a heartbeat. It wasn't just a thing of power or mystery. It was a message, a reminder that the jungle, and maybe all of nature, is made up of stories. Stories of survival, of balance, of connection. And those stories aren't just for the past. They're for now. And for the future. Roscoe, usually a chatterbox, was quiet beside me. I think he felt it too, the weight and wonder of what we'd witnessed. Michael, he said softly, do you think we'll ever really understand it all? I smiled, feeling the cool jungle air brush my fur. Maybe understanding isn't the point, Roscoe. Maybe it's about listening, about respecting the echoes, the ones in the trees, the stones, and even inside ourselves. We made our way slowly back toward the edge of the forest. The sunlight was fading, casting golden shadows through the thick canopy. As we walked, I could hear the jungle's song again, faint but certain, like it was welcoming us home. Before we left, I took one last look at the Echo Stone, now quiet and still. It had given us its secrets, but also its trust. And in return, I promised to carry those stories with me, to share them, to protect them, and to always remember. Because sometimes, the greatest adventures aren't just about finding new places, they're about discovering the stories that bind us to each other and to the world around us. And that's a journey I'll walk for a lifetime. Soft, hopeful music swells gently as the jungle sounds rise again. I'm Michael Moose. Thank you for walking this path with me. And remember, listen closely. The echoes are always there, waiting. The end. I hope you found this story interesting. There's plenty more where that comes from, so I hope to see you back here again soon.